I used to think that simple living meant disconnecting from the digital world, turning off notifications, deleting social media, and just unplugging. But the reality, we still need them. I still film and edit videos, and let's be real, we all still text and email. So, is it even possible to live simply while staying plugged in? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something I've really struggled with: balancing a slow, intentional life while still keeping up with digital responsibilities. We live in a world where being always on is expected. As a filmmaker, creator, and dad, I can't just toss my phone into a lake and go off grid. Tempting as it sounds sometimes. But I also don't want to live in a constant state of distraction. So, I started experimenting with ways to create boundaries between technology and life without feeling like I was missing out, and I learned a few lessons along the way. The all or nothing mindset was the first mistake. At first, I thought the only way to live simply was to go extreme. No phone, no social media, no distractions. So I tried a digital detox. And guess what? It didn't last. I missed important texts from family. I forgot about plans. And by the end of the day, I was right back on my phone. Turns out, cutting everything out just made me more dependent on it later. Instead of quitting cold turkey, I realized I needed structure. I started setting screen-free zones. No phones in the morning until after dropping the kids to school, and no screens in bed at night. I also turned on Do Not Disturb and turned off notification for everything except calls and messages from family. Just those two changes made a huge difference. One of the biggest problems, text messages. I used to reply as soon as I saw a notification, whether I was working, spending time with my family, or even just trying to have a quiet moment. And once my phone was in my hand, down the rabbit hole I went. So, I tried something different. I set 2 times a day to check and respond to messages. Once in the afternoon and once in the evening. Everything else could wait. And honestly, no one seemed to mind. At the end of the day, simple living isn't about avoiding the digital stuff. It's about using it intentionally. The best thing I did was ask myself, is this adding value to my life or just filling my head with more noise? You know, there's this quote I love from an artist named Hans Hofmann that really clicked with me. He said something that perfectly captures this whole idea, that simplifying isn't about getting rid of everything. It's about clearing away the noise so that the important stuff can shine through. This actually reminds me of something I deal with every day as a filmmaker. When I'm behind the camera, I'm always thinking about what to include in the frame and what to leave out. If I try to capture everything in one shot, nothing stands out. It's just visual noise. And I realized my daily life was kind of the same. Just like I need to be intentional with my composition, I need to be intentional with my attention. Technology is the same way. If we let it fill every moment, we blur the things that actually matter. But when we set boundaries and become intentional with our attention, our lives feels more in focus. So, if you're trying to figure out this whole balance thing like I did, here's what really made a difference for me. First off, I had to stop thinking in extremes. You know, the whole delete everything or keep everything mindset? Yeah, that had to go. Then I got serious about my boundaries with tech, basically deciding when I'd use it and when I wouldn't. The game changer was breaking that instant reply habit with messages. And now I just try to pause every time and ask myself, is this actually adding something to my life? Or am I just scrolling because it's there? Simple living doesn't mean giving up on technology. It means using it with purpose. And honestly, it's still a work in progress for me. But these small shifts have made a huge difference. If you're struggling to find this balance, start small. Pick one area of your life and experiment with intentional simplicity. Maybe it's your morning routine, your workspace, or your digital habits. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and share your own experience in the comments below. How do you balance simplicity with life's demand? I would love to hear your stories. On that note, stay safe, stay creative, and I will see you in the next video.